Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. You're probably wondering why I'm here playing Generations Ultimate. There is a reason why. For those just going through the Live Hunt series specifically, it would be unusual because I did say that I'd be pretty much only doing 3 Ultimate for like a week after reaching Hunter Rank 999 in this game, and that was my plan. But the funny thing is, it wasn't even my plan initially, or at least as of yesterday, to do a recording of Monster Hunter today. Because I think I'm one recording away from finishing my livestream playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, which by the way is a terrible playthrough. Not like terribly done on my part, but it is terrible as far as what the game is and what I'm being forced to deal with when I play it. It's not very fun at all. But the reason why I decided not to actually play that today is not because, well actually it is because I don't want to engage in what is effectively self-harm, but there's a reason why. It's because, I mean, even though it's the last recording, I decided to go and purchase some really nice beer today. This particular beer is one that I haven't had on camera in 2 years, actually. It's, well, that's lovely, yeah. The chroma key is totally destroying that. Let me turn off the chroma key, at least to show the beer in question. Here we go, you're going to have to deal with the green screen for just a moment. But, yeah, that is the beverage today. It's backwards, of course, because my screen is flipped, but yeah, it is La Trappe Quadrupel. And it is one of my favourite beers, actually. Although there are a number of beers of its kind that I do like more than it. But still, really nice beer, and I haven't had it in a while. The last time I whipped out this glass, which is my La Trappe glass, was actually for, I think, La Trappe Blonde, which is a nice beer, but not as nice as the Quadrupel. I think what ended up happening was that they didn't have Quadrupel that time, so I just went and got the blonde one. But, yeah, I think it's been about 2 years, seeing as though it's September of 2021. Yeah, I'd say about 2 years since I last had Quadrupel on camera, so that'll be very nice. And I will pour it before actually reinitiating the chroma key, because I don't want the pour to be terribly ruined. But the reason why I decided not to record Sonic 2006 while actually, here's the bottle by the way, while actually drinking this lovely beer is because, why am I green? Because I'm trying to show the beer without it being totally destroyed. Notice how my hands aren't phasing out of existence? How refreshing, right? Anyway, as well as that, the colour is probably slightly more orange because it's not taking colours out. I don't know. Point of the matter is, yeah, I don't particularly want to deal with... Ooh, it's been shaken up quite a bit, actually. But I don't want to deal with the head of the beer phasing out of existence due to strict chroma key, and I don't want my hands phasing out of existence. I don't want any of that, so... pouring like so. As I said, it's been quite some time since I last had this, so I'm actually rather excited. But the reason why I decided not to drink this beer while playing Sonic 2006 is because I didn't want to play a terrible game while enjoying a nice beverage. I had no desire to deal with that. Do I plan on sharing that? No. Of course not. Of course not. Alright, let's go and do that. It's possibly distracting how different the colours are when I enable chroma key, but that's the reality of it, I'm sorry to say. It's just how chroma key is. But, yeah, it just didn't... The game wasn't worth a beer like this. It just wasn't worth it. So I was actually going to play 3 Ultimate. But unfortunately, there were literally 2 people playing 3 Ultimate. There was just no one playing it. I was trying to get N10 on board with it, and I regret to say that even if I had him with me, I would not have been able to get any decent hunts. There's just no one playing the game, and I didn't really want to play with just N10 the whole time. The plan for tonight is just more of what I used to do when playing this game as a non-hunt rank 999 individual. Just random hunts, and if you want to play, then that's perfectly fine. But for now, cheers to a lovely beverage. So yeah, needless to say, I'm playing this game instead of 3 Ultimate because I can't play it right now. That is a nostalgic flavour, actually. Wow. I think the last time I had it was during a Skyward Sword recording, and not the last Let's Play I did, I mean the very first one that doesn't exist on YouTube anymore, where you could actually see my whole body. Not my whole body. Rather, my up to my waist, almost. About up to my waist, so head to waist. And my torso, how about that? Because if I say torso, you're going to assume that my head is also visible, you're not going to think it's only my torso. Imagine that. But, yeah, I cycled through a lot of different beers in that series. The shirt that I'm wearing, Yamatori-san, is Morbid Tales from Celtic Frost. So, the 1984 EP. And, yeah, reasonable EP. Although I do prefer the albums to that particular EP. Anyway. Well, some of them anyway. Just sounded like Motorhead, but with better guitar sound, better sound in general. Anyway. Oh, yeah, good to hear, Axio. The name of the beverage is... I'll type it out. La Trappe Quadrupelle. And again, it's been like 2 years since I last had it. Usually, if I pull out a quadrupelle on camera, it's Trappist Rochefort 10. That's usually what I pull out, but this one, quite nice. And I'm not entirely sure if I like this glass more than the Trappist Rochefort glass. The Trappist Rochefort glass actually has a bit more of a... This one has... I don't really know how to describe it. I guess there's more of a distinctive bowl shape. And this one is almost sculpted into the glass, if you know what I mean. I'm not really able to explain it, but... yeah. It's really nice. Okay. That's fair enough, Exio. Mexican beer is not exactly something to write home about. But anyway. Oh, look at this. Remember this guy? Oh, Ren. Oh, Ren. I'm pleased that I will never have to join a room with you ever again. And quite frankly, I don't have a real problem with this guy. I don't mind him. He's fine. It's just, if I were Hunter Rank 999, which I am, I would have no reason to keep grinding for charms. Like, like, what a boring way to spend your time playing this game once you've hit 999. I can't think of a... I mean, it really is just one big time-wasting exercise if you're not getting HRP from it. I don't know, maybe he wants the best possible armor set, and it's an incredibly rare charm that he's looking for. I don't know. So yeah, I forgot to see if you said you were going to play Exio. Well, I forgot to check. You're down for whatever? I'll make a room. It'll be easier. I'll just call it G rank. Which is code for turns, because there's no such thing as a room that's not a turns room if there's no specific objective in this particular game, so there you go. Call it fuck your deviants. I probably should have said G rank no deviants. But the thing is, I don't mind doing deviants. It's those fuckers who turn up expecting me to do their high rank deviants that I take great exception to. I don't like those people. And not personally, I don't personally think that they're terrible people and that they are lesser people than myself. It's just that, like, I'd love it if they didn't do that at the end of the day. I'd really love it if they didn't. Alrighty. I was playing with my friend that I got into Monster Hunter just a few days ago. I suppose it was the evening of my having reached Hunter Rank 999. I played with him, so that's why my setup is different to when I was last recording this game. But you know what? This is a very much needed reprieve from Sonic 2006. I think I'm one recording away from finishing it. I'm like 90% of the way, 95% of the way through the game according to the game. So I think one more recording would have done it, but I just don't want to do it. This beer is too good for that. Too good for that. Really, I'm getting a call and my phone is so fucking far away. I could not be more frustrated. Bloody hell. The phone shall not be answered unless I deem it to be an emergency. Oh, I'm trying to get into this chair. I've talked about it before, but my recording setup is an obstacle course, to put it in simple terms. Oh, goodness me. What's my playtime on Generations Ultimate? I think it's about 1,100. Which is about the same as my playtime for 3 Ultimate, but I'm only 400 and... was it 448? I was only just on 3 Ultimate, so you would imagine that I'd remember, but... let's have a look. Oh, not even that. Not even 1,100, check that out. That's how easy it is to rank up in this game, and keep in mind that I didn't really do much HRP grinding. That was not something that I engaged in this game. I probably got a total of, let's say, 150 hunter ranks purely from doing the charm farm thing. So, which is to say that I did grind what I believe to be about 70 hunter ranks recently through that quest. And then I would have done a few more just in, or would have acquired more HRP in the past when I was actually trying to get charms. I never really did the quest with the intention, until recently, of acquiring HRP. It was always about getting charms, so there you go. My controller slid off my leg. I can't stop drinking this. It's so good. I love this beer. I've been deprived of good beer. I mean, I love the German beers. I will never give them up, but for the longest time I just wasn't really drinking beer. I was drinking cheap port every day for like 4 months. I was getting really sick of that. Anyway, I'm surprised that no one's joined. People are not flocking to play with the HR 999, which is probably less to do with the fact that they don't want to play with me and more to do with the fact that there aren't any people here to want to play with me in the first place. So, that's fine. If for whatever reason no one joins, then I will go and look for other rooms. That's fine. I don't mind. I just thought it would be easier for Exio to not have to battle for a space. So, there you go. Yeah, the hours do reset on the Guild Khan when you transfer a file over from Generations to Generations Ultimate. The only thing on the Guild Card that stays, I'm pretty sure, is weapon uses. Everything else resets. I don't maybe quests completed. No, okay, so it's quests completed and weapon uses that stays the same. That doesn't update. Or excuse me, that doesn't get reset. Everything else, such as playtime, I guess awards as well. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. See, I got excited, Exio. When you sent something in the chat, I thought that was the sound of someone joining the room. I'm depressed now. Not really. I don't even know what you're on about, quite frankly, Exio. I will go and just browse the rooms that are on offer, because quite frankly, no one wants to play with me. Which is, you know, I do take it personally. No boys allowed. I'm straight in there, I'm jumping in there. No boys allowed, what a joke. Of course, it's meant in a tongue-in-cheek manner. I would not for a moment think that this person actually thinks that only girls are going to join this room. And I'd guarantee Smutty is a guy. No girl would call themselves Smutty. What a joke. So yes, of course, it's a joking room title. I will bow, because I'm a gentleman. Fedora tip. And, I don't know what's on the agenda, but we're going to find out. It is always possible that whatever this... Oh no. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the first time that I've seen someone use Pierce Plus on a greatsword set. It had to happen eventually, but there is a first time for everything, and this is the first time I've seen that. That's a new one. How could this happen, screams Smutty in the chat. Alt Reaver G5. I don't really want to do this, but at least it's only 2 monsters. What's going on? Oh, you were kicked for posting that. Holy shit. Okay. No mercy, huh? No mercy at all. But yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Pierce Plus will allow the sword to pierce through the monster better. I think Smutty kicked that person not because of what they posted, but rather because of what they had equipped. That would make a whole lot more sense to me, because it was a terrible armor set. I'm so elated to be drinking this beverage today. Oh. Life is good. Anyway. Aside from that, D4, hello D4, I've played with you before. Get it? I've played with you D4, haha, no, that was not even remotely funny. There wasn't even enough to get a ha-ha just to be polite. That was just bad. Anyway. Smutty doesn't seem to have anything that she wants to post, so I suppose it's up to D4. Go for a P2. I'm not gonna actually say P2. Exio said Crimson Fatalis, because Smutty said to post a quest. And Smutty seems willing to do that, so let's do that, okay? No problem at all. Crimson Fatalis. What would be fun? I'm actually going to go Charge Blade as well, because I don't recall the last time I went Charge Blade against this monster. I might no, I've probably done it once at least. Keeping in mind that I didn't really use Charge Blade in 4 Ultimate. The only Charge Blade that I used in 4 Ultimate, because, okay, I had to actually determine that I didn't like Charge Blade back in 4 Ultimate to not use it. And therefore I made a Charge Blade to play or try to attempt to learn the Charge Blade with. And that was a fire Charge Blade. It was the Gold Raytheon Charge Blade. So needless to say, I would not have used that against Crimson Fatalis back then, so yeah. Definitely didn't use Charge Blade against Crimson Fatalis in 4 Ultimate, and I don't recall doing it in this game, so yeah. This would be one of the rare occasions in which I've done that. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Exio. You made this blunt set. Any suggestions? No? Not that I can see. Razor Sharp is interesting. It depends on what is your starting sharpness? I mean, Razor Sharp makes sense, I suppose, but I don't really see an issue. I don't know if I ate. Did I eat? I don't think I ate. That's alright. I didn't want to unready up and risk being departed, or not. How do I phrase that in a way that actually makes sense? Being left behind. There you go, Doomlink. I did eat. I did it without even paying attention. It was entirely subconscious. What did I eat for? I did not do that consciously at all. That's shocking. How bizarre is that? I must have been terribly distracted by my lovely beer. Something like that. Alright. So, if it starts with white sharpness, Exio, I could not imagine for the life of me why you've decided to use Razor Sharp. Because your objective is in fact to get your sharpness to drop as quickly as possible if you're using Bludgeoner. So, it does technically work if you're starting at green sharpness and you, for whatever reason, don't want to have to sharpen up from orange every time you hit orange. But if you're starting at white sharpness... Oh, it's from the talisman. Okay, well... Fair enough, but this talisman, unfortunately, is not just giving you an extra skill that may or may not be helpful, it's actually a detriment in your case, so... that would be my recommendation if you were wanting one, it would be to get rid of that skill. And I realise that if that's just what you get from the talisman, that's a bit difficult, but yeah. Try to get rid of that skill for that particular weapon. It's not very helpful at all. He's gonna roar. Is he? No, he's gonna snap and drag. That's fine. I don't know if it's worth attacking him when getting the red shield. I suppose it is. May as well deal some damage while doing whatever I'm doing. I was knocked on my hands and knees by Exio, but it was fine because it meant that I didn't have to actually manually evade the monster. I was in an invulnerability period, so it makes life easier, I suppose. Can't complain too much. I can't do much with you over there. Or in there. In a big lava pool. Hair. I find that a strand of hair between your lips and the rim of the glass does not enhance the drinking experience. In case any of you were wondering, I can very, very clearly say, like without any doubt, that that's not going to enhance anything. It's not good. Remove hair, then drink. That would be the best course of action. Oh shit. See, I'm in this bad habit of thinking that I'm safe. But then there's like one more meteor to come down. So, there you go. It'd be nice if Crimson Fatalis were less shit, actually. He has always been a very unpleasant fight because of those meteors that fly down from the sky. Maybe not fly down, how about fall down? Yeah, fine. Apparently the movement of the neck is an attack. What's my favourite Fatalis, all games included? I hadn't really thought about it. I suppose the standard Fatalis would be my favourite. Because I can't help but hate both Crimson and White. Actually, I'm going to rip a shield this. It's a bit dangerous. There we go. So both Crimson and White Fatalis were traditionally just fucking terrible. Crimson is from 1st gen. White is from 2nd. White Fatalis was very annoying because you had to fucking chase after him. Well, not so much chase after him, but wait for him to stop flying around, which in some cases did require you to chase after him, but more than anything else it was the waiting that was really boring with that monster. And it was terrible. It was a terrible hunting experience. Not something that I'd recommend. And in the case of Crimson Fatalis, those meteors are awful. But the funny thing is, Black Fatalis traditionally wouldn't come out of the fucking sky either, so... Look, it's hard to choose because all three of them were crap in the older games, and in the newer games, they're all They're all about the same in terms of enjoyment factor for me. So, I struggle to answer the question, in other words. Yeah, the Crimson Fatalis, like the Super Crimson Fatalis from 4 Ultimate, was pretty cool. It was interesting what they had done with that. I really liked his ability to create this... I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, he would heat up the air in front of him, and if you were standing directly in front of him, in this sort of heat wave environment, you would lose health really quickly. That was really cool. I liked that attack. There goes D4. He is down for the count. I don't know who's counting, but he's down for the count. As they say. Going to get another red shield. Notice how I'm being slightly more careful this time. Not walking into any meteors. No, you fucking don't. I pulled up my shield there because I wasn't sure if the environment was going to push him into me. Sometimes that can happen and it's fucking awful. Because at that point it's not your fault that you've been hit. You positioned yourself just fine, but then the environment pushed the monster into you. It is a terrible thing. I'm not a happy chap when that eventuality takes place. I don't want to attack the tail, that's not what I want right now. Mobility with Charge Blade is not amazing, but you just put the thing away and reposition at that point. Which is fine, I don't mind that. I can certainly live with that. What I'll probably do is use Energy Blade on my next Ripper Shield. Excuse the background noise. No, you don't. See, I just don't go in for the attack when he's doing that. There's no reason to put myself at risk like that. I'm gonna have to sharpen up, actually. I'll do it now. Although I might save the purple sharpness for Energy Blade, so I'll wait sharpen until I'm ready to use that. Oh, let's Ripper Shield. I'll wait for a good time. Obviously I'm not going to be doing much evading of meteors if I'm stuck in a Ripper Shield animation. Did anyone eat for insurance? Hold on, what's going on? Quest info. Someone ate for insurance, that's good to see. Tail is coming down. And position myself for Ripper Shield. Lovely. Oh, that's right, I forgot that he has a blast effect. He took some lessons from Molten Tigrex. From 4 Ultimate. He does have the same colour scheme as Molten Tigrex. Come to think of it. But naturally, Molten Tigrex did not come first. Crimson Fatalis first appeared in the series quite a bit before that. But I enjoy Molten Tigrex. I fought him recently. Oh, come on, guys. Shit. If we fail this, it will be terrible. You're all going to wish that you hadn't failed. Not that that's very profound. I mean, obviously we'd rather not, but it is a terrible waste of time to fail a quest. In any situation, but especially a Fatalis hunt, because those are usually fairly long. Well, I will cross my fingers in my mind. I'm not going to physically cross them, but mentally I shall cross them. Time to get Red Shield again. Oh, I was trying to charge my attack. Don't go on all fours. Don't do it. Don't do it. I knew he was going to do it. He always does it at the perfect time to fuck me over. If I die, I'm sorry. Good. Fortunately, my animation completed faster due to the yellow SP. If this were 4 Ultimate, I would have died. Which is to suggest that yellow SP did not exist. SP in general did not exist. So I was lucky in that respect. I suppose I picked a bad time to heal. That's what needs to be said. Smutty, for fuck's sake, just keep yourself under control. Well, I thank you for your optimism, Yamatori-san. Just gonna get an attack or two out and then get the hell out of there. I'm actually gonna get my life powders at the ready because I don't trust these guys. I'm fine with Exio, I'm sure Exio will be fine, but D4 and Smutty have shown that they don't really know what the fuck's going on, so I'm quite glad that I managed. I did actually press R to shield that, but apparently wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. In other words, maybe the animation didn't get a chance to start. You know, my button inputs were consistent, or consistent with the danger that I was in the moment, but sadly, not much happened there. Smutty, stop taking every hit. Oh, speaking of which, oh good. I was a bit worried that I was going to be hit by that. Need to get rid of Blast. Oh dear me. Trying to get out of the way of this is going to be hard. To roll right in there. It was the angle of my roll that allowed me to survive them. Well, survive, I say. I was going to survive it. I just would have hurt. Had I been hit by it. It's a bit dangerous to attack while he's doing this. Oh! I was expecting him to not just drop down without doing a rush forward attack in midair. I'm in support mode right now. I'm just worried because the thing is, the more aggressive you become, the more risk you invite. So I don't want to be too aggressive with this guy. I want to play smart, but the hunt drags on when I play smart. Oh, Smutty is in need. Oh, never mind. Exio's done. Nasty combo. I saw that. Oh, well. I think we definitely could have succeeded, but we didn't. Oh, well. I'm not too worried about wasting time in this game right now because, you know, max hunter rank. I'm not really looking to achieve anything at the moment other than to have fun, so I can live with a failed quest if it must happen that way. Might change rooms though, unless... Oh. Oh boy, says Smutty. Indeed. I quite agree, actually. You were a fucking punching bag in that hunt. Anyway. I don't know what we're doing next, but let's drop down the difficulty level a little bit, because D4 and Smutty were both having a bit of a rough time there. Goodness me. Let's just, I'll just say D4 can post, because this Smutty person has no desire to actually take control of this room. Smutty just sits around and hopes that someone posts without actually directing anyone. D4 can post. I don't want to take charge here, but I feel like I have to. Because obviously, out of all of us, D4 is the most in need. He likely has a lot that he wants to do, at least I hope so. If he doesn't, then there's something wrong. I'm just gonna hope that it's not Adalkar or something, because the risk of a lower hunter rank posting something on the board is that it might be a pretty shit quest. Like, something really boring. Excuse me, goodness. Oh. Hair. Look, Brachydios I can live with, seriously. I can live with Brachydios, it's Adalkar that I'm really going to take issue with. Oh yeah. The funny thing is, I haven't actually hunted this monster in a while. There was a period in time when I was hunting this monster almost every time I was going live in this game, but it's been a while. Maybe 5 recordings, something like that. Do I have a blunt thunder lance? I don't think I do. I'm quite sure I've asked this question of myself before, and the answer was no. Oh well. I would definitely go Thunder instead of Dragon for this quest. And I do feel like going lands, so I'll do that. This is the standard land set, right? I hope I didn't equip Blunt Lance accidentally. Oh, I understand. They both use Kushala Sista GX. That's the point of confusion. So... nah, Thunderlance, which is perfectly appropriate for this hunt. I'm generally not a fan of weapons that capitalize on elemental damage, but that's perfectly appropriate for this monster because he is very weak to thunder. So yeah, this is lovely. And I will eat for Attacker Blanche. What's your deal with Tigrex? You need to overcome your Tigrex phobia, Exio. Because Tigrex he's pretty fun. I very much enjoy him. I want Dragon Res. There you go. I don't need Exchanger anymore, so I won't be eating for that. Hurler. Alright. So we are doing 292 raw, which is not much if you consider that I've got Attack Up Large plus a Power Charm and Power Talon, but whatever. Still good damage in the end. I will say that his hitbox has gotten harder to deal with in 4th generation because he does this thing where he flails his limbs around, like he'll turn on the spot to do his run. In the old games he used to actually have to fully turn himself in a direction before running. But in 4th generation he turns and runs in one single animation and he sort of flails his limbs a little bit, which gives the hitbox more width, and it's harder to contend with. I will admit that. And I love it. I think that's great that they changed him in that way. It would have been faster to farcast to the camp, but that's fine. Don't go that way, guys. What are you doing? You're literally, like, there. You started at camp and chose to go that way. And the saddest thing is that Smutty was following you, Exio. Bloody hell. I do not know. Well, of course I have cool drinks. I didn't top up my cool drinks though, so I've only got 2, but I can spare 1 if you really want one. Which you probably do. This is a fucking big Devil Drone. Look at him. He's huge. This one is big. He's a Titan. He might be a Gold Crown Lounge. Oh, there goes D4. Great. Of course, he fucking posted this quest. What's the bloody point of us doing it if the person who needed it done isn't here? I can't think of a more frustrating scenario. Whatever. We're forced to fucking 3-man now, and Exio doesn't have a cool drink. Look, you're gonna have to live without one for now because I'm not leaving Smutty on his own. Can you stop with this business? Well, I was hoping to actually get a counter on that tremor. But I was out of range of the tremor. That tail swing there is too much to counter. I'm sad to see. And I knew it, it's just I've got a bad habit of doing it. Oh, I miss the days when counter was more effective than it is now. But I understand. I mean, I do have guard plus 2. Yeah, I do. He's going into the exit zone, so I'd better not chase him that way. Go. This is not a fun hunt at the moment. Not enjoying this too much. I think it's pitfall time. Absolutely pitfall time. Or meat time, if anyone's got meat. I never bring meat to a Devil Joe hunt. You guys have noticed that, surely. Oh yes. You stay right there. You stay right there. I'll come back. God damn it. I wasn't going to ignore you after peeing. Alright. I should have given you some nullberries too, unless you're not shooting elemental shots. Which you're probably not, so nullberries would not have been helpful. And you might even have them, but haven't used them precisely because you aren't receiving any negative effect from Dragonblight. Hell. Lancing Devil Joes like a dance, and I was failing terribly in the dance. Now, I would have been able to counter that roar, but I bounced off his fucking chest with white sharpness. Eat my ass, Devil Joe. I'm not enjoying this bouncing business. Whoa! I think I'm gonna die. The build-up bar here is huge. What's going on, Smutty? That's very, very nice of you to do a dance. You know what? You know what I'm actually gonna do to that? And I'm sorry to do this to you guys, but I'm going to abandon. Because Smutty chose to stand still, go into the gesture screen, and do that fucking dance instead of help to get the Devil Joe off me. I don't put up with shit like that. Like, that's not funny. That's not fucking funny. That's stupid behavior. Now, if Smutty attacking the monster was not going to get the monster off me, that's fine. That wouldn't have been a problem, but flinch build-up would have been appropriate in that moment, and Smutty decided not to do that. So you can enjoy your empty room, you stupid bastard. I don't have time for behavior like that. That's one step away from griefing, quite frankly. It's bad teamwork. Again, there is room for humor, but not in a situation like that, where I'm going to die, and you're not even going to try to help me avoid death. You're instead going to make light of it in that sort of way. That's stupid. You can make light of it if there's no possible way for you to assist in avoiding my death, but no, that was ridiculous. Anyway, it's funny, the entire reason as to why I got caught in that pin attack was because I was staring at the Hermitor who had died. I was actually considering killing the Hermitor, but I saw that he had been killed either by another hunter or by Deviljho, and I was about to comment on it because I was staring at the Hermitor. Meanwhile, I didn't notice that Deviljho was actually about to jump on me, otherwise I would have tried to counter it. And yeah, unfortunately I was stuck there. It's not so much that that person's rude, it's just they don't take the game seriously, which is fine. It's just, don't take the game, don't make light of the game to the point where my experience is compromised. It's not fair. It's bad behavior. Only EX. Okay. I'm not joining that room. Help, please. From Zihao. Zihao. We have yet to succeed in a quest, I think. We're 46 minutes in, we haven't succeeded in hunting anything, which is great. Here's Shack with a turns room. Unfortunately, I can't join that. This guy's German, so he's actually going to play properly. Seriously, the Germans actually know how to play Monster Hunter. I don't know what it is, but they play pretty well. Case in point. Under Hunter rank 100. And he's got some great skills. Admittedly, it is Nessa. But, you know, he's effective. There are plenty of people at Hunter rank 99 who just have complete garbage on their armor sets. I don't know what he wants, but we're going to find out. I'm going to hope it's something worthwhile. But yeah, so far this hasn't been a great recording. But I'm having fun anyway. Mainly because of the beer. I think Smutty would have worked out that... I mean, had Exio not abandoned before I could do so, it would have been quite clear why I abandoned. But because Exio abandoned first, Smutty might have interpreted that as me abandoning because he abandoned. So, there you go. Unfortunate, but I would have much rather sent a message to Smutty through the abandoned quest action, but whatever. Eldon DSR, I don't know where he is, but I would ideally wait for a full room anyway. He only made the room a short while ago, so I doubt he's going to be away for a while. I'll be getting my next beer on the go momentarily. No. Very good, Exio. Apparently he said KYS before leaving that room, which is fair enough. Definitely a League player. Although I would guarantee that that's not allowed in League anymore. Because I think KYS is not allowed on Twitch. In fact, given that you were allowed to say those 3 letters, means that I probably allowed it specifically in my chat. Someone probably wrote it in the past and I had to manually allow that to be said in my chat. Which is quite funny. But the point is that that has been outlawed in most games, I think. What's going on with this Eldon guy? You don't make a room and then disappear, man. Certainly not with this community. That's not an intelligent thing to do. And Sakala is going to be out of here. If he sees that there's no hunt going, he's already turning on the spot. That means he's already 80% of the way to leaving the room. So you'd better hurry up, Eldon. Let's all turn on the spot. Look. He just reached boiling point. He's like, okay, I'll post. Keeping in mind, he's only been here for 60 seconds. But that's the reality. These people can't wait. They must hunt now. I need to hunt right now. This Eldon guy is quite foolish for making a room and then disappearing. We could always give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, he might have been suddenly called away from the game for one reason or another, and was not intending on disappearing for this length of time, but come on, man. This headgear makes my head look like a dick, says Exio, referring to himself. No, I don't quite see it. It's a hood. It's a hood, and hoods are just hoods. That's it. It doesn't look like a penis to me. Let's have a look at a chroma key paw. Let's see how fucked it is. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. Yeah, that's disgusting. I'm not even going to pour like that. This beer's too good to do a chroma key pour. Fuck that, man. Don't have time for that. Look at those rich colours. Oh. Lovely. This one's actually not as... Like, this particular beer is not as disturbed as the previous one. You can see it's a much cleaner pour, perfectly flush with the rim. And, quite frankly, perfect. This guy is a dick! What the hell? We've literally been sitting here in this room to hunt with him. And he leaves. Asshole. Again, he might have been called away from the game and it was outside of his control, but anyway. Let's just do this fucking quest. At least we'll... well, this is assuming that Sakala doesn't leave on his own. He might. At this point, you never know. Exio's starting a conversation with the guy. It probably is his first Monster Hunter, and if it's not, then he's started in 5th gen. Okay. Attack of Blanche will do me. And actually, water resistance is good. The joke, of course, would be that if he says that he started in 5th gen, then the answer would be, okay, so this is your first Monster Hunter game. Which was your first? Here we go. Here we go. Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready. I'm quite happy to be wrong, but... Come on, come on, come on. He doesn't even want to answer the question. Yeah, fucking stories too, I wouldn't doubt it. The fact that he doesn't want to answer the question really serves as an answer in and of itself. Alright. Whoa. Celdus Queen starts in the area north of this one. Alrighty. I will try to drop sharpness as quickly as I can. Fuck off, man. Just attach yourself to the queen and leave me alone. I was hit by that for one reason and one reason only, and that was because Jack was flinching me endlessly. And yet he did not even get hit by it. I mean, what kind of garbage is that? I was trying to get away from that fucking stench attack. And I can't even heal myself now. Fuck this guy. Oh my god. My frustration really comes from the fact that he should have been trying to avoid it as well, but he managed to fluke it. Well, thank you for the heal. No, I do not bring deodorants to Celdus hunts. Why would I do that? Not that anyone said that, but I know that some person's wondering. Oh no. Sakala disconnected. This is the second time we've had the host disconnect. What the fuck is this, man? This is ridiculous. What is the point of doing people's quests if they just disconnect? What stupidity. Oh my god. The big thing about doing a person's quest is that you feel that you're at least achieving something for someone. But now we're just doing this quest because, I don't know, we're hunting and stuff. Hunt monster. Fun. I like to be able to help a person out. Makes it more fun. Adds more value to the time that I'm spending. Damage at the moment is 398 raw with 34 element, which is very good. I don't know why these people are disconnecting, quite frankly. I mean, he was the host. Why would, I mean, it's obviously his network instability that's caused it. Maybe it puts pressure on his internet to host the room, I don't know. Or host the quest in this game. I just want to have a successful hunt, quite frankly. It will be an hour of hunting to actually get a successful hunt at this point. Critical junction, I couldn't get it in time because I rolled. But even having said that, I would have been stuck in the previous animation and wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. Oh, great! I got flinched by something. I think that was the bowgun that flinched me there. Fuck me. Today's the day for me to get flinched into people's attacks. Well, by people, I mean monsters, apparently. Jumping Jesus. Aiming to break all the legs. I really was hoping for a flinch, but it is hyper at the end of the day. Good knockdown. Should aim for the face. Oh, goodness me. Should be leaving the area now. Would love to get a limp. Oh, she might limp because she's changed directions. Well, she doesn't know where the fuck she's going. She can't make a decision. Look at her go. She's really not sure. It's very nice of you to give us such a huge opportunity to attack you. I'm assuming she went this way. Yeah. Well, no problem. Exactly, Exia. No. I don't need that right now. There goes Jack. He's not even worth supporting, but it's very nice of you, Exia. We managed to get that limb. But yeah, I'm going to look for another room after this, and hopefully it'll be a good room. That'd be nice. Hopefully it won't have some guy who fucking makes the room but doesn't want to hunt after all. That'd be real nice. Trying to catch up to this monster. Stop limping away. Fight us. There you go. I'll try to kill the Salters in the meantime. Jack's aiming for the same thing. You should be carving, man. You're not that high of a hunter rank. It would be very annoying if he managed to limp out, though. I think he'll die. I think we'll get him. I've been just unloading on him right now. I've got Unhinged Spirit in the red gauge with this longsword. This thing should be fucking dead. He died. Good. Didn't get to carve in the end, but that's fine. It was worth it. I had a feeling that that would kill him, and I was right. I mean, that was a lot of damage that I was getting out there. Okay. Every time I see the 0, I'm expecting to see HR up afterwards, but no. I'm HR 99, or 999. Yes. Certainly not 99. Sorry, Minhan, I'm not sticking around in this room. I'm looking for something a little better than this. Turn. Can't join that. Turn smiley face with Valstrax. Hopefully you can get in here, Exio. If you can't, then I will leave. Well, that's lovely, Exio. Thank you for that. You should write a fanfic about it. That would be lovely. OG Yogi 11. Oh, OJ Logi. Fucking Christ. OJ Yogi. How hard is it to fucking read that? Honestly. What? If you say so. I don't need to see it. Valstrax is at hunter rank 993. He's almost there himself. Just join the room, Axio. Christ. I don't need to hear about Zelda's Queen's stinky pussy. Just join the damn room. Bloody hell. I don't particularly want to leave because you haven't been able to get into the room. You did. If you say so. Bloody hell. Are you saying that you did join and it's full? Well, it's not. And I would guarantee that you could have joined sooner. There must be someone trying to connect that's causing you to not be able to join. Well, you can join now because OJ Yogi is not having it. What the hell? Full Dread Queen, hunter rank 993. Okay. I guess it's not a bad set, but it's a low effort one, that's for sure. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen the Dread Queen set either. Interesting. If this is another guy who's gone and made a room and has decided that he's going to go AFK and then ultimately leave the room anyway, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to get really annoyed. I'm very, very forgiving of people who need to go AFK for one reason or another, but this is stupid. He is not... Stop with the... Just... Okay, can I cancel this edit? I just pressed buttons on my controller unintentionally and I've caused a problem. Fine. Just do that. Shit. Yes, nines. I know this is... Oh, that's a nice set you've got there. Oh wait, that's... What is that? Alright. Go and post nines. Go for it, because this Valstrax guy, I don't know what he's doing, but he's... being a dick. That's my interpretation of it. Well, let's hope this guy knows what post means. If he doesn't know what post means, then I don't know what to do for the guy. What is going on? I didn't realize that the desire to hunt was such an unreasonable thing. I didn't realize that that was an expectation that would be so hard to reach or to meet. Oh, that's the only thing that's getting me through this, Exio. I have to tell you, this has been a bomb of a recording. I mean, these people are so... I don't know, low functioning? I guess? It's bizarre. I just want to hunt. The bird who would be king. Fuck it indeed. This guy refuses to post. He's hunter rank whatever it is. 80. Hunter rank 80 and he's not jumping at an opportunity to post his own quest. What's he doing? I don't know. I'm equipping a greatsword, quite frankly. What's Kaku weak to? Ice? Water? I don't know which one of the two it is. It's either ice or water, and I don't know what. I'm about to find out. I get confused. Kaku, here we go. Ice. Ice is the primary, water is the secondary. And 9 leaves. Well, you were given an opportunity to post. You miserable cunt. And you chose not to. And because Hope posted, you've decided to leave. What's your problem? I don't know what could possibly satisfy you, but clearly there's nothing we can do to achieve that. I think your satisfaction is something that's quite frankly unattainable. Alright, where is my ice greatsword? What even is that? Deora. Here it is. Fucking hell. This Valstrax guy, I'm leaving this room. This Valstrax guy is still AFK. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for this dickhead who's made a room. When you make a room in this game, you have a responsibility to be here. You can, you know, if you suddenly have an urgent need to take a piss, go do it, man. 3 minutes maximum, fine. But if we've been here for like 6 minutes and you're still gone, why did you make the room? You're wasting people's time. If someone makes the decision to wait for you and you still don't come back, then what the fuck? What are we doing with ourselves? I don't know. Makes no sense to me. What kind of room is this? A turns room where you have to use heavy bowgun. What? That makes no sense. Let's raise the G5. Oh my god. It's not. It's just a... It's literally... I don't know. Whatever. What is this? CNM Ren. What does CNM mean? Is he trying to call Ren to the room? I don't know. Don't know what CNM is supposed to mean. Hello, N10. He can't play. He can't play this game. He's said it many times. Let's join this guy. He's got an event quest on the board. Let's see what we've got. I don't know what it's going to be, but I need something at this point. These people are just dysfunctional. You have to try and transmit data. What have we got? Fate House. Great. With this guy? Sure. What other choice do I have, really? I don't know if this is the event. If it's the event, then this is really gonna suck. That's fine, N10. As I said in the chat, there was basically no one playing 3 Ultimate, so yeah, no need for that. I wasn't gonna 2-man quest with you for the whole recording time, so I came to play this game mostly because no one was playing in 3 Ultimate. Well, Mini-Moo. You're welcome to hunt with me at any time. Goodness me. So, to try and make this somewhat fun, I've decided to bring my dragon set. It's still not going to be that fun. I also hope that we can succeed in killing this. That would be great. I'd be a happy chap if we could manage that. I can tell you that. But having said that, might be hard to get a fourth person. You know what? I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go now. And hopefully a fourth will have joined in that time. And I'm going to... Whoops, I'm not actually going to ready up because I sort of knocked my glass there, but it didn't overflow because it's a good glass. This guy wants to depart. If you see some Chinese crap and then OK exclamation mark, it means he wants to depart now. I've seen it before. It's how the Chinese communicate. Okay, let's see if we can get a fourth in the next 2 minutes. I'll be back in a moment. What the fuck is going on? How hard is it to get a person in here? Oh my god, I'm not three-manning with this guy. I can pray that... No, I don't want to three-man this quest. Thank you. You are my savior, whoever you are. Holy shit. Okay. Is this you, Mini-Moo? If it's you, then thank you for joining. Fuck. Alright. I'll bring Defender High, there you go. That'll do. He left! Okay. It's driving me insane, really. Driving me insane. I know you want to depart right now, Mr. Chinese man. Just spare us from this shit. I just want to depart on a quest and complete it. I didn't realise that those two things together were just unrealistic. There he is. It's a pretty good setup for Hunter rank 57. Nice work. There are plenty of people who have just no idea of what they're doing at that Hunter rank, so that's nice to see. Okay. Just play it safe. I don't know if you're used to Fatalis or if you know how to fight him, but just be careful. He can be a bit annoying. I'll have to bring my gunner item set and fuck me, and bring bone husks and dragonfell berries. There we go. You've played Monster Hunter since Try? That's good to hear. There aren't many Try players left anymore. Well, there's a lot of them, but a lot of people seem to have played Try and then stopped playing Monster Hunter and then picked it up again in 5th gen, which is weird, but yeah. Wipe my glass. Now let's see if this Chinese guy knows how to stand behind a Dragonator. Yeah, Exium and I are Gen 2 players. Okay. Fucking hell. Oh, this is White Fatalis. I didn't know what this quest was. I thought it was black. Of course he's running straight to the monster. Get over here, man. Can you actually... Let's see how many times I have to ping. I'm going to ping as much as I can. I'm just going to keep going. How many was that? I think it was 4. At least he worked it out in the end. Alright, he's going to do a charging attack, get ready to dive. He's going to shoot some lightning balls at us. He's going to... Oh, can you fucking line up with us, man? Shit! We're literally wasting time because certain people couldn't stand behind a Dragonator. Free damage, ladies and gentlemen. If you can fucking stand behind it at the start of the quest, it's literally free damage and then done. Let's just go. All good. Good knockdown. Try to hit this head as much as I can. That'll do. Fuck. Okay. I'll shoot a bit of shrapnel. I don't know if anyone's got binders. If anyone's got binders, use them. I suppose. Oh, I'd better shoot some dragon. Why don't I bring dragon to this? Because the problem is, I feel like I need to aim for the head if I've got dragon shots. And that shit's dangerous. For this reason. I'll just shoot through here. Why not? Why not? I'll have 3 bottles of quadrupel. I was gonna have 2, but I'll have 3. I need 3 after this. Hey, first horn break. Oh, I've shot way too high. This is awful. All good, Mini Moo. And there goes Exio. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm sorry to do this to you guys. I'm sorry to do this to you. It's just that we're not gonna succeed. This is a fail quest. We've had 2 deaths in 2 minutes, and you know, we're not gonna succeed. So, I'm going to make a new lobby. No, I need to make it Exio because more people will want to join a person at HR 999, so let me make it. You can join on me, Minimoo. Well, not join on me, but rather look for a room with an HR minimum of 13, and you'll find it. It's G rank and hosted by myself. I haven't had dinner today, actually. It's 8:20 PM. I haven't eaten since 11 in the morning. But the good thing about this is that, I mean, this is the history of Trappist beer. The Trappist monks, when fasting, will just have a nice beer that they brew to help with their fasting. So, you know, this is perfectly fine when you haven't eaten. Fills you up. I mean, that's a good life. I'm gonna go fucking join a monastery and drink nice beer while fasting. Sounds like a good time. Sounds great. But I hear that there's no monster hunter in the Belgian monasteries. It's just something I heard along the grapevine. Someone just, you know, a little birdie told me that there's no Nintendo Switch consoles. Yeah, feel free to post, Minnie. Go for it. Oh, goodness me. If it weren't for this lovely beer that I'm drinking today, this would have been a terrible recording. Hey, it's bright. No, I don't know him. But it's good to have him here. He has the set. This is the basic bitch greatsword set. Which is fine. He's allowed to have the basic bitch set. He's perfectly allowed to have absolutely no originality whatsoever. That is an inalienable right that he has. To have absolutely no originality, that's fine. Actually, do I have a raw dual blades option that's not... Well, actually, I think... No, stop that. I'm happy to go a Cantor Exterminator, quite frankly. There we go. This will do me just fine. Now I need to eat. Probably for attack up large. That'll do. He's looking like Robin Hood. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, that's true. He's got the Robin Hood hat. It's a big fucking feather, though. That's a huge feather. Let's a go, says Bright. You don't look very much like Mario, but sure. Disney-looking ass, says Exio. What is that? If you heard that, that's the sound of a girl screaming. Unless she's being stabbed, that was totally unnecessary. If she's being stabbed, then I hope they let me come and watch. Anyway. The point is that that sound that you most certainly heard was the sound of a girl screaming. And that was just completely uncalled for. Oh! What the f— oh, Nusilla's there, I understand. Would have been a whole lot faster had I gone from camp to 1 to 2. But I'm not used to monsters starting in 2. So I went what one can refer to as the long ass way. That is the way that I went. Oh, you guys are actually fighting— oh, never mind. I'm just blind. Thought you might have been fighting her up the top. We could fight her up the top. Let's do it. Fuck it. What's going on? Has she been flashed or knocked out? Must have been flashed. A bit too fast for a knockout. Alright. This is the good thing about attacking from the top. And now it's Bloodwind time. Oops. Sadly was not able to get off the final attack. I'm assuming, and I don't know this to be true, but I'm assuming that the final attack of Bloodwind is the most damaging attack. Because it would make sense that they would reward you for being on target after having performed such a lengthy animation that actually moves you quite a distance each time you perform an attack. So it would make sense that that's the most damaging attack of the combo. Ow. Also, I would like to shout out someone from YouTube who has been watching recently. He is— I'm about to find out. Ed Phoenix. I very much appreciate your interest in this livestream series that I'm doing. It's nice to have someone who incorporates watching my live streams into their schedule, which may very well be what most of you do, but I like that. I like that what I do becomes part of your daily life. I think that's really nice, and it's almost more than I deserve, but it feels good. It's a lovely thing, and I appreciate that. And I thank you for the support. Of course, the way in which I upload on YouTube at the moment is, for very good reason, one upload per day. And sometimes I do 2 live streams in a day, which means that the uploads can sometimes be a little bit behind the live streaming schedule. So the reality is that I can upload every single day, whereas I don't necessarily live stream every single day. I might live stream 2 times in a day and then not at all for 3 days, you know, it's all over the place. But if you were to, for example, only watch the VODs, then for the most part you're getting something every day. If you're watching on YouTube. Fucking chat. Alright. You friggin' jagoff! Silence bottom. What? What's silence bottom supposed to mean? Silence asshole? Or silence you ass? I don't know. Area 6. This is new. The last time I fought something in Area 6 was actually in 4 Ultimate. I was fighting, I think, a Gendrome? Or something. I don't know what it was. It was a drone. It might have been a velocidrome. I don't know. Let's see what Minimoo wants. Do you want to capture it or kill it, Minimoo? If you don't mind, then I don't know. You can drop some bombs. Kill? Alright. Let's fucking do it, man. Go for it, Bright. Oh, he missed the wake up, unfortunately. I guess we took too long. That's alright. Get the fuck out of here, man. Time to die. Yeah. I can't believe that Nursula's not dead after all that. There we go. It's kind of rare to kill her up here. Haven't seen that in a while. In For Ultimate, most of the Nursula fights that I engaged with were in the Volcanic Hollow. Or actually no, the non-Volcanic Hollow. Which doesn't exist in this game, interestingly. In For Ultimate, the Volcanic Hollow was both a volcanic location and a non-volcanic location. But the non-volcanic one doesn't exist here. So, there you go. I didn't know Bright was watching the live stream, but guess what? It means that I can actually thank you for being here, which is nice. It's not often that I'll make a room and then I'll have people who are actually in line to join, and then I'll have a free slot, and then someone joins, and that happens to be a viewer who has not announced themselves as being here and participating, but that's pretty cool. Oh, I see. Silence bottom. I didn't imagine it to be a person who takes rather than gives. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That way, if I shit talk you, you can come in and give me a piece of your mind. Nothing to shit talk though. What is your transmog? I don't know if I... Oh, I see. I didn't say anything about your transmog personally, but indeed Exio did describe you as a milady-looking ass, which is fair enough. Robin Hood-looking ass, yes indeed. That hat isn't like a fedora, come now. Although the feather could be interpreted as something milady-esque. I don't know what we want to do next. I really don't mind. If you want to post something, Exio, you are welcome to do so. Perfectly welcome to do so. I did. Oh, you are. I'd forgotten about that. Oh shit! I'd forgotten about that. Oh, that's funny. What did I say? I said that he is perfectly within his rights to have no originality. That's right. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I didn't even realise that I'd talk shit, but there you go. All good. It's all in good fun, isn't it? Oh, that would be very much appreciated, right? Very much. Alright. I might actually bring a raw greatsword. And I feel like using Martyr, which is usually used in conjunction with this particular set. Why? I don't know. It made sense back when I was organising my armour sets. Haven't really checked in with my past strategy. I haven't appraised my previous thought process. But quite frankly, I trust my past self. I haven't really grown as a hunter since then. That's not to say that I peaked, but... well, maybe it is to say that. I don't feel like I was in any way incompetent in the past, so. Yeah. I need to change from my gunner set to something that's not a fucking gunner set. I have no need for all of those combo books, so there we go. Well, that means it's the Axio and Mini Moo show. As you do. Bloody hell. Should I have another quadrupel? I don't know if I should. I feel like I won't enjoy it enough. I won't. I'll just have some gin. That'll do me. I'll save the quadrupels for another session. I do have an abundance of choice when it comes to alcoholic beverages, I think you'll find. And gin will do me just fine for now. Most certainly. Okay. There goes my controller. Fuck me sideways. Sorry about the sound of my jacket. I've noticed that they've actually added some ambient cricket sounds or something like that. Ambient cricket sounds, there you go, to enunciate properly. No. I mean the irony, Axio. Should I have another beer? No, I'll have gin instead. That's not me being weak, Axio. That's the opposite. But sure. Oh, that's annoying. I had to be afraid for a moment. My character had to freak out that there was a Kutku in the room before I could actually do anything, which is annoying, but fun. I don't often use Martyr anymore. It's not because I don't like it, it's because I don't even think to use it. I haven't been using much Greatsword lately. And when I do use Greatsword, it's usually Elemental Greatsword. And if it's not Elemental Greatsword, it's Toyohisa. But the Martyr is a fun weapon. Are you kidding me? No, he could be... Oh, this is a non-hyper. I understand. That makes sense that he's dead already. I saw that he was doing a limp and I was thinking, how could that be? And then I realised, well, he's not even hyper. Understandable. I don't feel as if I contributed all that much, but fine. Gin is my lifeblood. People who haven't consumed gin haven't... their lips have never tasted the essence of the gods. Seriously. Imagine water, but with... Imagine water with thickness, and with botanical flavour, and with an intensity that forces you to drink it slowly. That's gin. It's beautiful. It's truly like... oh. I love it. And the one that I'm drinking now is apparently a recipe that has been unchanged since the 1700s. So, there you go. Well, you see, I've never really tried tequila. I've had tequila in the past, but that was when I didn't have a well-developed palate. So I don't know if it tasted good or bad. I just recall that it was alcoholic and that it was just whatever, but... it's probably bad. That's good to hear, Minnie. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm certainly a proponent of gin, personally. And hello, Potato. Potato, what's going on? Can I have an update on when we can play World at War? Just give me an update, man. If you don't know, then that's fine, just say that. If you do sort of know, then tell me. I'd love to know. Bright, in regards to myself, I've not really spent much time transmogging. I don't have anything against transmog, but it's a lot of time spent that I, at the moment, am not willing to spend, and that's fine. No idea when you can play? That's fine. That's a good enough answer. Oh god, what have you put on the board? Oh no, this is fine. I can live with this. I've done this quest a few times recently. I don't know why people keep posting this, but fine. I can live with that. You've got the fence switch in this game. It's not a problem at all. If we didn't have the fence switch, we would obviously have to use smoke bombs, and that's no fun. Smoke bombs are fucking boring. Well, not boring, it's just that some person has to be designated to smoke bomb, and then they have to do less damage because they're spending time putting smoke bombs down, so... and that's the way it is. What should I bring? Could go Insect Glaive. How about Status Insect Glaive? No, I won't do that. Because most likely we will go 2 per monster. So 2 hunters to a monster, and in that situation I would like to deal damage. So... I don't want to go blunt longsword because I want to have raw resistance. Okay, I'll bring heavy pierce. That's fine. I can live with that. What's Bright using now? What? That's not transmogged, surely. You've chosen to, for fashion purposes, have a skull for a head. Why? Well, that's fine. I won't question it too much. But that's definitely interesting. I want to tack up large, please. That will do me. Oh dear. Ghost Rider looking ass. Yes, indeed. Alright, I'll buy the damn shots. I won't try to wade through my box to find the shots. I'm buying cool drinks for this quest. I'm really getting myself organised. In case you hadn't noticed. No jokes, only serious. We don't joke around here, Exio. You call someone an ass and you have to perfectly fucking... You cannot disavow that statement. You have to own it. You've just called him an ass, and you meant it in every sense of the word. So... there you go. Fence switch. Can one of you get over here, please? Thank you. Of course. I'm not using the fence switch because I was not going to trust that Rajan was going to stay on his side. Looks like it's brighter now, which is perfectly fine. I can live with that. I'm glad you came to this side. It's very nice of you. I was worried that I was going to have to solo him here. Okay, right. Ah, shit. I'm failing to estimate his position before shooting. I'm only barely missing his attacks. I hate the verticality of this part of the map. This is terrible. Hopefully I'm not at risk of being attacked here. Uh-oh. Fence is down. We'll just stay on our sides. Good on you, Rajan, seriously. I was reloading. Leave me alone. Did it say the... okay, fence switch is ready to use. I am hitting that, thank you. Oh. You're gonna have a bad time. The funny thing is that reference is of a person with an Australian accent, which I happen to have, so that works. You're gonna have a bad time. Look, mate, you're gonna have a bad time. I suppose I don't have an Australian accent, do I? I technically do, I have a mild one. Because I'm clearly putting on an accent when I speak that line, but still. I am from Australia, so I can very easily speak that. Your jumping back is really hurting my critical distance, man. You need to stop that. There goes the fence again. I'm going to move away from the Devil Joe. I do not want to be seen by the Devil Joe, and hopefully Rajan comes this way. Please come back. I don't know if his... oh. I don't know what Bright's doing. You don't want to use the fence? I'm hoping to re-establish the scenario that we were previously in. That seemed to be working perfectly fine. Go for it, man. Go for it. Yeah. Beautiful. Uh-oh. I knew that was coming. This will be my last hunt, by the way. Oh, I was only going to do 2 hours. I know that's no fun, but... oh, shit. But yeah, I've got things to take care of, like eating. I find that eating helps. And I also have other things to do. But, generally speaking... this'll do me. And that's a dead Raja. I haven't been using gunpowder infusion this whole time, actually. So I've been doing less damage than I could have been doing. That's a nice knockdown. This quest isn't going to take much longer. If it ends up being slightly less than 2 hours, then so be it. I will say that we haven't gotten too much done in this livestream, to be fair. There was a whole lot of failing to get into rooms where quests could be completed. That was definitely going on. But 2 hours is 2 hours. No. I was hoping that I would be out of range of that. No walls in the end, fortunately. Nice work, guys. Good hunt. That was nicely done. Sub 10. We're going to find out what the time is, but I'd say that'd be around 8 minutes. Maybe 8.5. But that was nicely done. Fuck, stop bringing that shit up. Now I can go and carve the Raja. As you do. I'm gonna stick my knife into this monkey. Exio is screaming ooga booga in the chat. I can imagine that that's some sort of expression of excitement. Which is fine. Yeah, the last hunts were good at least. I've got another 20 seconds to get this to 2 hours. Just as well that I'm very good at dragging things on. Wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, I'll be live again, don't you worry about that. My next recording will be in a totally different game, but I will try to do 3 Ultimates soon. Likely in 2 days' time. That's my hope. I will not be doing as much Generations Ultimate because I only recently reached Hunt Rank 999. My intention is to record at least, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 3 Ultimate live streams because I've done a lot of this game recently. I was recording a lot because I was trying to get to Hunt Rank 999 because I was close to it, and that was my objective for a period of about like 2 weeks. But I didn't do 3 Ultimate today only because no one was playing it at this time of day. So I will try to record in the morning my time as opposed to the evening and actually get into a group. Or rather, join the server when there are people playing so that I can get into a room with people in it. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be Sonic 2006 because I need to finish that game. Should be the last recording, and then yeah, that'll be good. I do thank you all for watching. I'll see you when I am next recording, and I thank you all for joining me. And I will see you all. I think I thanked you twice, but what I would furthermore say is that I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time I'm playing something that you'd like to watch. Bye bye for now.